it is so awkward to come out to people. It's like a really strange thing to bring up. It's like, even though it's a positive thing, it almost feels like when you want to like break up with someone and you don't know how to say it, it
Right.
feels like that. It's just weird. It's like, this is a very probably, especially for guys like me, it's like, this is probably going to be a shock. And I don't really like to surprise people like that, like, and so most people that my friends and stuff that would come to learn this about me really kind of just did it through connecting the dots. And I wanted that to happen intentionally, because it's just a weird thing to say.
Yeah.
And so, and I think, that was a huge reason why I stayed publicly closeted for a long time. I just didn't really know the right way to do it. It seemed very uncomfortable. And so, oddly enough, doing it all in like one big move, one big wave of just, hey, everyone, this is what it's like. It was actually a huge relief to me in so many ways. Not only could I feel like I now can be completely myself, but also it was just nice to get that out of the way entirely for those people who maybe are a little naive and didn't connect the dots that are close to me. I'm like, all right, so all of you guys can know this now. And I was definitely, once it was out there, it was like, okay, this is good, we're moving on. But also, I was surprised at how many people were very supportive. I mean, people that were just like, I remember this straight dude DM'd me, and he's like, hey man, me and my girlfriend come to all your shows, like, we're still coming, just so you know. And I'm like, that's awesome, thanks for saying that, and to hear the support. And there has been, inevitably there are some people that say some really hateful things, but for me, I'm ready to march forward being TJ Osborne. So.
And it's incredible. Yeah, the TJ Osborne you've always known, now the rest of us know more about, which I think you put in your public statement when you put out there. I thought that was just a brilliantly worded statement.
Thank you. I think, and that's the thing for most people, I think when they hear that, they think like, what are you, is this you? Like, and I'm like, yeah, this is me. I don't know how to be anything else, unfortunately.
Yeah. But. And also it does come down to like, what defines you, like we all have characteristics of ourselves and certain qualities, but not one thing defines anybody. It's it's a multitude of things. It's an amalgam, and I've been very open about my own mental health and struggles like that. Sure. I'm like, that it doesn't define me. And the second that you think that one thing defines you is where it all goes wrong. And it's like you said, and he said in a statement, it was like, well, you know everything about me. You used to know almost everything about me. Now you know everything about me. You put that in with everything else, you're like, oh yeah, it's just, right. It's just one part of who you are.
And one thing I really have found through this, and I think it's the same thing now, what we're seeing now, like a lot of Black artists that are coming into country music, and not to necessarily, they're different in so many ways, but definitely marginalized groups, is that there are a lot of country music fans out there that I didn't even realize at the time. I've had so many people reach out to me being like, hey, me and my husband of 20 years, we love country music. We've come to so many country music shows, and we always feel a little uncomfortable. And just people just now being able to feel like they are part of this genre that they really love. And all the way from that to people who are trying to think about coming out. And one of the things for me, why I first really denied my sexuality, was that I didn't feel like I didn't have any problem with gay people. I didn't care. It was just, it just felt like I felt like, I don't know. I was like, I'm not like what the cliche molds that society puts on what gay people are. And it didn't match for me. So I felt like I had to deny that. And it's not true, but going forward now, then you see, especially with Jimmy Allen and Mickey Guyton and Kane Brown, that there's a lot of Black people out there that love country music, or people of color that want to come, and they just never had that representation before. So I think for me, I'm really excited to at least bring that little bit of the pie into the country music genre, because I mean, when you see that, I think it makes just country just way more broad, and it's really a place that is should be for everyone.
It is, yeah.